Welcome everyone to Let's Play Final Fantasy episode 39, and in this episode we're going to tackle the dungeon Brayflox'sLongstop. Previously to now we've been doing feats for the various members of the famed Company of Heroes, the last group that successfully took on Titan. We're doing this to prove that we have what it takes to take on the Lord of Crags. One of the final things we need to do is we need to get a particular goblin cheese from the goblins in Rancatcher Gully. However, a group of fiends has taken over the gully, and blocking access to that ingredient. So Wisecat sent us to give BrayfloX a hand, and so we will be doing this with our warrior, with a group of NPCs. We will also be, going into a lot of the more side areas that a group of players would normally skip. But anyway, come along with us, and we should get moving with Brayflox'sLongstop. Okay, so this is an open air dungeon, and this first area has a couple of offshoots, so it might be easy to get lost early on. But you want to make sure you turn your tank stance on and pretty much follow the road. If this is your first time playing through, let your party know this is your first time, so that way if you do get lost, they'll be more forgiving than they usually are. But also, it'll let them help you better. So this is just the first group of trash mobs that we're plowing through. Okay, and this little offshoot is the wrong way, so ignore this little area. You want to stick to the main road. It'll take me just a moment to realize. Okay, there we go. This is being done in post-production because I lost the audio from the mic for the first recording. So, good. This is a second group of mobs here good to go through. And if you are in a bigger group of mobs or the healer is having issues keeping up, go ahead and use your damage mitigation if you are the tank. So we want to go up into this alcove here, and we want to speak with the Goblin Pathfinder. And when we speak to this guy, he will give us a key. Okay, and a bit of dilly-dallying here, but yeah, once we have our key, go ahead and cross the river and follow the path for one more trash mob. Wrong way, Tor. There we go. And use your key to open the door and to get to our first boss fight. Okay, so this guy initially comes with 3 ads. Make sure you grab all 4 mobs. And make sure you point the boss away from the company here, from your party members. Now, periodically he will turn around and do a special attack against the party, but most of his attacks should be at you, or should be pointed away, that's like you're doing right now. And once we get rid of the ads, keep an eye out for either a text message for additional ads, because they will come in at regular intervals. And just make sure you avoid the AoE attack just like we did there. There we go. Little message. There are the ads. Here I'm trying to target the main boss here, but we got him. So the party burns down the ads, and we continue with the main boss here. One more AoE to avoid. Yep, and there we go. One more group of ads to grab. Yeah, if we're getting overwhelmed like we are here, feel free to use your damage mitigations. That's what they're there for. Yep, and our party burned down the ads. And there's the first boss. And the Goblin Pathfinder will come through and open the way for us. Grab the treasure chest and proceed on to the next area. So this second area has a lot of little offshoots to where if we go and clear the mobs from those offshoots, we can get a lot of extra treasure chests. Some of these areas, if you're with a group of players, they'll usually skip. So yeah, we get our first treasure chest there. And let us continue. And this is the second offshoot. Okay, no treasure chest here, but we can go down into this offshoot. Kill the mobs and speak with, and then the moblin will give us a treasure chest. See there, and he shows us a treasure chest we can take. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm getting unlucky that a warrior doesn't really have much to use with all these drops here. But now, the actual way forward is across this bridge. But there is a group of mobs up on the hill that we can take out. This might be skipped by people. Okay, get the treasure chest from the goblin. Now, I don't realize it right now, but just on this, just on to the left is the way forward. But there is one more area, one more treasure chest we can nab, and that is down that corridor there. If you're trying to get through here as quick as possible, you want to ignore this because this is just for a treasure chest. Okay, get the treasure chest from the goblin. And now we will actually proceed to the next area. So we want to go back across the wooden bridge. Hope you're going the right way here. There, I'm pointing out that's not the right way. And this will lead us to our second boss. Now, the NPC, there was a bit premature because that was the level 1 limit break attack. You do not want to use it when you're first engaging because, as we saw there, the boss just walked right out of the area of engagement, so that was completely wasted. If you are going to use it, wait until the tank has full control of the boss. He's staying still, and he's not going to walk away. Now here we have a goblin who has come into the fight, and he has an enemy chasing after him. Make sure you grab the enemy. You don't want the enemy taking out the goblin. And so that goblin is going to help us during the fight here. Don't know how much it actually helps, but better than nothing. Now the boss will turn around and attack certain people. If you keep your take stance on, once he finishes whatever scripted attack he's doing, he will return back to you. See, there he's doing another attack against someone else. And there's the second boss down. Grab a treasure chest. Too far. There we go. And then proceed to the doorway right there to proceed to the third area. Okay, welcome to the third area. Now, unlike the previous area, there's not a lot of offshoots, so we're not going to get a lot of extra treasure chests in this area, if any at all. So this is just an area you want to plow through the trash mobs as efficiently as possible in order to get to the next boss. But with these salamanders or geckos, whatever they are, they won't try to sell you car insurance, but they do have a circular AoE that you want to avoid, because I believe it causes some nasty status effects. So there was one, and there's the other. So yeah, just keep an eye out for those. You might also see your typical cone-shaped AoE. And yep, we'll just race through the mobs just as normal. Here's a second group. And here I'm just going to pull them towards the end of the area here. That way I have them all bunched up together. They're not circled around us. And if you do need to use your damage mitigation to make things easier on the healer. Okay, that's the second group. On to the next group. And this is actually a short area. This is the third and last group. Okay, that red eye, that is a gaze attack. Make sure you are not looking at the mob when that attack goes off. The character has to be faced away. Okay, so before this dungeon, we only had 3 boss mobs to take care of. This is the first dungeon where we have 4, at least the first one I can remember. So this is the third and final sub-boss, where before we only had 2. So this is just like the other geckos. Go ahead, get his attention, and face him away from the rest of your party. He will face the party members and do like a spitting attack every now and again. But he will continually face you though after he's done. He does have the circular AoE attack as the others had. So if you do have to run away from the boss, good idea to use your range attack to just keep some damage coming in. There's your typical cone AoE to avoid. And there he attacked the other party members, but now he's back with us. So it's supposed to repeat this until we get the bosses down to about a quarter health left. Another range attack there. Okay, in a moment we're going to see another boss. Yeah, this dragon is going to swoop down, and he's going to take care of the final sub-boss for us. You're going to want to switch your attention from the salamander to the dragon. Now, you don't have to burn him down. You just have to keep him occupied for maybe about a 16th or an 8th of his health bar, and then he will automatically fly away. But it will take a moment for the battle to end. Once it does, go ahead, grab your treasure chest, and then move through the door to the next and final area. Okay, and here is the final area. And might get a 1 or 2 treasure chests here, but just like the previous area, this is just one where you want to race through the mobs as quickly as possible. Now here I'm doing a page from the player tanks that I've seen where I'm combining 2 mobs together. Now the NPC is not very good at keeping up with this amount of damage, so you really want to make sure if you do this, pop your mitigations. Don't stack them, but you want to use the first one, the better one, and then wait until that one wears off, and then use your other mitigation. And then use your AoE attack to burn them down. Now, even though this is messy, technically the healer did do his job. He did not die. Our health got low, but that's okay. The healer stepped in and fixed us up before we ran out. And that's essentially what the healer has to do. He has to keep the tank and everybody else from dying. And this is even with me missing 1 mob here. So that's bad on my part. So, but you don't have to worry about the mobs with one-hit kills like the Temple of Corn. Just standard mobs with standard attacks. No need to go down that way. We'll just go through these 2. Okay. Are we going to try that? Nope, we're going to go through the doorway and continue on. And this is going to take us to the final boss. And here we have our green dragon friend from earlier. Go ahead, get his attention, and face him away from the rest of the party members. Save your mitigations until you see that attack indicator there. That is a tank buster, and you want to use your mitigations when you see that. But this particular fight, you want to save your mitigations until you see that indication here. So he does have attack where he drops blobs like that. You want to run away from the blobs. Follow your NPCs because they will tell you where. It will show you where it's safe. Once the attack is done, face the dragon away from everybody else and continue. Here's another tank buster here. Make sure you use a mitigation, like I did just there. There's another blob attack. So you want to run clear of the first set, and then you want to immediately run clear of the second set. Like you see there, our party members are cleared out from the AoE there. And this boss, he does like his tank busters. So you really have to. In this particular instance, I wasn't using the mitigations anywhere but for his tank busters, and we got lucky because there was one instance where my mitigation timed out just in time. Yeah, I think this is the one where my mitigation was just in time. Okay, running free of the first set of blobs, run free of the second set of blobs. And keep the pressure on until the boss goes down. And that, my friends, is Brayflox'sLongstop. Now, just as you exit, you'll want to be right at the entrance to the dungeon because we need to speak with BrayfloX before we go back to Wisecat. But grab your treasure chest and hit the exit. Okay, and we just left the Longstop, and before we go back to Wisecat, we need to speak with BrayfloX. So don't leave the area right about that just yet, or you're gonna have to travel back here and speak. And normally I would be reading this out, but since this is post-production, we're gonna have to pause and read it if you wish, because I don't have a good measure of viewing it right now. But BrayfloX will give you the cheese, and the running gag is going to be that the cheese smells absolutely horrid, but its flavor is absolutely outstanding, if you can believe that. So we'll go through the rest of the... Okay, and that was the dialogue there. And we will teleport back to Costa del Sol. Okay, and here we are talking to Wisecat. We telling him that we cleared out the troubles with the Longstop, and we got the cheese. And yeah, he's going to regret taking the cheese, but it has to be done because it is a very necessary ingredient. He can't stand the smell just like we can, but it's going to be the running gag in the next episode too. So again, go ahead, pause, and read the dialogue at your leisure. So we got 2 pieces of gear that our warrior can use. We'll go ahead and equip those. And we are going to cut the episode there. I was going to continue, try to finish, but there is one more ingredient that we have to get, and unfortunately the quest is kind of involved with that, so we're going to split the company heroes into one more episode. And so next time we will cover the final arc of the company of heroes, which will then progress us further towards combating Titan himself. So come along next time, and we will see exactly what the last ingredient is and what Wisecat actually has cooked up for us once everything is set up and ready to go. So, until then, take care, and we'll see you next time.